Okay, this is a sprint demo for H2, which is the new version of the Stanford Digital Repository self-deposit interface. This is a demo for the end of the first sprint of the second work cycle of 2021. So just walk you through a few of the changes we've made in these last couple of weeks. So here we're looking at the dashboard, which shows kind of all the work in progress. A couple of things to keep in mind. This is sort of my test version on my personal laptop, which is why none of these names really make any sense. And looking here, we see a few things. There's some stylistic changes to the banner. And there is in deposits in progress, in other words, works that you're currently in the progress of editing, we now have a progress bar kind of telling you how far along the process you are. This one looks like it has all the information completed and is ready for deposit. This one is missing a few pieces. So this progress bar is new, and it matches a little bit what you see when you're on the edit page itself. Okay, let's keep going. You actually just showed something else quickly there. You may have missed it, is breadcrumb navigation. So as we move around the site, we now have navigation that appears at the top here. Here we see it's the dashboard. I'm in this particular collection. This is the name of my work, and I'm on the edit page. So it kind of gives you a clue as to where you are, and these are all links taking you back. If I want to return to the collection that holds this work, I can click on the name of the collection. This is also new because I'm on an edit page. It's possible I may have made some changes. So we give you the opportunity to cancel out of that. If you had made changes inadvertently, you wouldn't want them to be lost. But if you're really okay, you can click that and you'll come back and you'll see the breadcrumb navigation is updating. For example, here are the deposits in that collection, and we now see we're on that page. We can navigate back. Okay, so breadcrumb navigation and confirmation when you're on edit pages. Something else that was added was this is a particular collection, and I'm looking at the details of the collection, but if I want to edit any of the details, I can now do that easily and pick a section. We have these little pencil icons. So if I click here, I will come to the relevant section of that collection, so I can easily edit it and save the changes. Okay, so that's new. On the collection edit page, let's go back there. We're still fleshing out some of the sections. There's some changes to the options you have here for embargo dates. That we also added some new areas. For example, the ability to select a license. So that is new. Let's go to an item that I can edit. So I'm now editing this deposit. That's a great name for a collection up there. And what we'll see is just some tweaks to validation we're making, so you get some immediate feedback. Once you start editing values, if you have an invalid value, you'll get some immediate feedback. And we're still working on validation changes so that we can have sort of more immediate and useful feedback to people. And there's various places where this might occur. If I try and deposit this, for example, you'll see we're telling folks what needs to be filled in. I need a contributor. This email address is not valid, but if I keep going, I can make it valid. So there's some work on validation there. Okay, and lastly, there's a lot of work that is behind the scenes and a little bit hard to demonstrate, so I'll just mention it. When you deposit a work, we're adding project tags, and those of you that have used Argo, which is the management interface for SDR items, will know that this is just a way of easily aggregating works and collections so they can be managed alongside all the other content that's an SDR. So we're going to assign project tags for easy faceting. We have implemented a whole slew of email notifications that go out in different scenarios. For example, if you're a manager of a collection or you're a reviewer, you might want to get notified when there's new deposits that require your action, or if something you've submitted for review has come back with feedback. There are emails that get triggered by the system, sent to the appropriate people. Those have been implemented. There is a lot of, there's changes to constraints that are set at the collection level applying at the work level. So for example, if the person who creates the collection makes some choices about how far in the future items can be embargoed or the types of license that are allowed, we need to ensure that items that are deposited into that collection abide by those choices. And so that has been completed. It's a little bit hard to demonstrate without creating collections and items, so I'm not going to do it here. And then lastly, just calling out sort of the continued work in metadata mapping of metadata that's entered here to ensure that it is properly mapped into the Cosina model, which is our new way of representing metadata in SDR, and then ensuring that that properly gets mapped to the way we currently store things like mods. So there's continued work in both mapping to and from this Cosina data model. And that is because this new version of the self-deposit interface speaks that Cosina data model, we need to have this mapping to and from the way we currently store things in our current version of the repository. So that's what I have, and we'll see you next time.